Well, hello there, everyone. It's me again. It is your melanated queen from Brown Girls Are Beautiful. And I just wanted to touch on another topic. And basically, that topic is do not fall for the madness. Do not fall for the psychological warfare. Our minds are constantly under attack. And if we allow people to play with their minds, they can do anything. Just know that all things manifest in the mind. And once it manifests into the mind, it becomes it becomes a physical reality. So just people know that. Anybody that manipulates a person knows that they have to get into your head, they have to get into your mind, they have to make something seem believable for you to believe their reality, and then it in turn becomes your reality. So when I speak about that, what I'm basically talking about is the fact that there is this aka coronavirus. Now, first of all, I just like to say, usually I don't like to touch on topics that are basically inundated by the media and just overflooded, oversaturated, but I felt like this was a good learning experience. Of course, you all know they say stay out of public places, wash your hands. They're canceling a lot of public events. And to me, doesn't this seem like terror all over again? Doesn't this seem like 9/11? Remember when allegedly the planes crashed into the World Trade Centers, and all of these new security measures were put in place into the airports and all across the nation? Well, just think if you are under spiritual warfare, or aka psychological warfare. My apologies. Basically, if you're under psychological warfare, people can get you to believe anything. And I just went out to the store earlier, the grocery store, and unfortunately there were no toiletries available on the shelves. Now, I know this had been posted on YouTube on many different occasions, and it probably was in the media, which I don't watch the news like that, but I did hear talk of it. And so I decided to venture over to the dollar store. And to my surprise, it was the same scenario over there as well. People get put in such a frenzy and a panic over something that the media orchestrates every single day. Another example of this is, it's so many examples, it's not even funny. I'm just going to leave that one alone. But anyway, I'm just saying, if you have to go out and stock up on hand sanitizer, now all of a sudden I'm being told that there is a limited amount of supply that you can purchase, then don't you think you should have been washing your hands to begin with in the first place, and maybe some of these things would not be a problem for you? I just don't buy into all of this frenzy, going out in public and feeling like you have to be under some type of attack because there is an alleged virus going on. We have so many things to think about within this nation altogether, within this world, that we don't really have the room, nor do we have the luxury to believe everything the media tells us. Now, I have heard that in certain cities there have been people diagnosed with this coronavirus. Now, when you think about the coronavirus, just think about it. Where did they get this name from? Because the Corona is the name of a beer. So I find it very interesting that they would come up with this type of name for a virus. If we think back throughout the years, there were multiple viruses, multiple different forms of disease and sickness. H1N1, swine flu, SARS. What did they tell us about these things? They told us that SARS came from somewhere in Asia, I believe China. I believe it was associated with a cockroach. And then when we would talk about H1N1, we talk about the swine flu, there was some type of affiliation one year with the Hispanic community. Now all of a sudden we're right back to the Asian community because of a wet market, because people are eating bats. I think this has really gotten out of control. That's just like when 9/11 hit and people were allegedly treating the people from the Middle East a little bit different. They were being targeted for wearing what do they call those things on their heads? I can't think of the name of it right now. But when they dressed a certain way, they were being targeted. That's just like saying brown skin people, when we go out into the world, we're automatically targeted just because we have brown skin. And there's nothing we can do to change that, nor is there. So I just think people need to be very careful when the media orchestrates these madness. Well, these instances of events. This madness is military madness, military mindset, and just don't let it take over your life. I heard people in the store talking about it. One lady was like, "You don't have that coronavirus, do you?" I mean, of course, she's probably joking, but that shows you how the media subconsciously controls our way of thinking, and then it in turn controls our way of acting. Then it in turn controls our reality. So nobody should have that type of power to control your reality. You only things grow. Whatever you give your attention to grows. So my words of advice are just live your life, be in your own world, and don't let anybody infiltrate your reality. And always, stay abreast of the events that are going on, but don't let it inundate your world. Don't let it take over your mindset. Don't get up into a panic and a frenzy because of it, because the reality is all what they orchestrate it to be, and your reality can be what you orchestrate it to be as well. So those are a few words of encouragement from Brown Girls Are Beautiful. I want to say thank you once again for listening to this message. And everybody out there, all my melanated queens, melanated kings, stay empowered. Thank you so much. Stay blessed. Stay healthy.